Hello and welcome everyone and welcome to this vlog. Guys, I've received many calls since morning today and since yesterday also, especially from my CMA final students who are taking a decision whether to take December 2020 attempt or not. Yes, I have been able to put forth my arguments to them in favor of giving December 2020 attempt, but I don't know how much I have been able to convince them. But I want to put forth my points towards attempting December 2020 attempt to all of you also. If you are hanging between the decision of whether to give or not to give December 2020 attempt, then this video is just for you. So watch this video carefully. Guys, I've drawn a flow chart, a pointer form of a diagram whereby I'll be putting up all my points across to all of you. First of all, the reason why you want to quit December 2020 attempt, the two reasons which I could sense out of all of you is, number one is not comfortable with the online pattern in such a short time. Many students are saying that the time which is given to us for adopting the new method, the new online examination model is not sufficient. So we are not comfortable with the online pattern, either the time limit of it or the pattern. We are not comfortable with it. Second set of students are telling me that, sir, we are generally not prepared for the exam due to either corona or other reasons. Some other personal reasons are there for many students. So second reason which is put forth is this. First reason is not comfortable with the online pattern, and these are the two reasons why I've seen that the quitting decision is being taken by the students. Now I'll tell you certain reasons for why you shouldn't quit the December 2020 attempt. Guys, first and foremost reason, and very close to my heart at least, because I am a teacher who expects his students to give him good results after every 6 months. I wait for the result date for the entire 6 months just to hear out those words from my students. Sir, we cleared CMA final, we are a CMA now, or sir, we cleared CMA inter, we are in CMA final now. I am just craving to hear those words from all my students. Guys, we have waited enough. Now it is high time that we need to get through this. Our parents have waited enough. Our fathers are waiting for all of you to qualify your examination and help them in going through the tough time which your father is going. Guys, our mothers, all of us mothers are waiting to see us qualify. They have been waiting since our school time that we'll become professionals, we'll start doing job or what not. We are waiting, and more than our parents, guys, we are waiting. I mean, you are waiting. You've really worked hard for your examination. You have prepared for such a long time. Since January 2020 you are preparing for your examination, guys. Firstly due to corona, then due to lockdown, then now due to vaccine not coming in, things have been moving forward. Guys, enough is enough. When our institute has taken this great initiative of coming through a pattern whereby the exams can be given in an online mode, and the entire country is appreciating our institute in this particular pattern, it is in our favor to not to wait for 6 more months. 6 more months means wastage of 3 lakh rupees. Guys, one attempt deferment will cost you 3 lakh rupees. Why? Because the first salary of a CMA is usually in the range of 5 to 6 lakh rupees. If you defer your attempt by 6 months, you clearly lose out 2.5 lakhs to 3 lakh rupees. Guys, now enough is enough, I guess. I think we should go for it. I think we should just head towards this change and adopt this change. So our institute took a great initiative of online exams, and do remember one thing: the pattern which has come by in MCQs, in the model test papers, the mock test papers, MTPs, and the pattern which has been till now been prescribed in certain parts of the website, that might change. And I've written a F. You remember variance analysis. F is written wherever there is a favorable variance. So whatever change will happen, it is expected that it will be in favor of the students. So hold on. Don't be boggled by 45 marks of descriptive questions in law. Don't be bogged down by such facts. Guys, this pattern might change, and that too in favor of the students. Tomorrow is the last day to fill your examination form. I am here in such a hurry because I don't want you to skip tomorrow's last date of filling up the examination form. 25th October is the last date to fill the examination forms, and I don't want you to miss this particular deadline. Therefore, these are my first two reasons why I think you should go for December 2020 attempt. Then, a very important thing that you guys have been telling me, sir, we are not comfortable with the online pattern. We cannot adopt to the online pattern in such a short time. Let me tell you a matrix, and this is a matrix which is absolutely applicable for all of you. Guys, if you study in descriptive form and if the exams are in objective forms, then it is very much possible to attempt the examination. So if you've been studying for descriptive type questions, so for example, to take my own subject, cost audit, guys, if you have read rule 3 and I tell you, please elaborate what is rule 3 of the company's cost records and audit rules 2014 amended by 2019 rules, you will simply tell me, sir, any company including a foreign company who is engaged in production of goods or provision of services is required to maintain its cost records for the products mentioned in table A and B if its turnover is 35 crores or more. This is descriptive type study that you've been doing. Now I tell you, no, don't describe rule 3 to me. I ask you, please tell me that according to rule 3 of company's cost records and audit rules 2014 amended by 2019, what is the turnover monetary threshold of getting the cost record done? Number 1, 10 crores. Number 2, 20 crores. Number 3, 35 crores. Number 4, 40 crores. Wouldn't you be able to answer such a question? Answer is of course yes, you will be able to answer such questions. So if you have done your study in descriptive mode, of course you will be able to do objective type questions very easily. Sir, you've taken a theoretical example. Sir, take a practical example and then tell us if we'll be successful. Okay, let me take a practical example and let me take an example from cost audit itself. Guys, we have done questions with respect to computation of value addition, computation of capital employed in our cost audit. Of course, our cost audit paper is approximately 40 to 50 marks. Practical questions, the mathematical questions which are coming in the examination. So out of those questions, say capital employed is required to be computed. Guys, exactly the same question which we have done in class. An abridged form of that question, a smaller form of that question can come in your examination for computation of value addition. Yes, so many entries will not be there, but 4, 5, 6 entries will be there. So examiner can ask you that so and so company has got gross turnover equal to so much amount, depreciation is so much amount, these expenses is so much amount, compute the value addition. You have to on rough paper solve what is the value addition and you have to pick the right answer. Similarly, for a subject like CFR, if you have done holding questions, so lengthy holding questions are not destined to come in the examination. They cannot come in the examination. But guys, in practical part, you may be required to compute the minority interest out of the given question. So if abridged form of question is given to you, some adjustments are given to you, then you might be required to compute the minority interest. In that situation, the computation which will be done by you will be short, but doesn't mean that you will leave all practical questions and you do not do practical questions now onwards because it is MCQ pattern and you only do the theoretical portion. Guys, practical questions are equally important in MCQs. Of course, lengthy balance sheet drawing, consolidated balance sheet formation, balance sheet after amalgamation, draw up balance sheet, those questions will not come, but an extract from those questions might come. Some journal entries, what kind of journal entries will be put in, that might come. So if you've studied in a descriptive form, in a descriptive format, if I give you examination in an objective format, very much doable, very much possible. But if you have studied objective questions, if you studied in an objective format and I ask you to give exam in descriptive form, not possible. That is not possible. If you have prepared for only MCQs and I ask you to write the provisions of rule 3, you will not be able to write the provisions of rule 3. You will not be able to draw up the consolidated financial statements. Yes, that is impossible. But first part, it is impossible. First part is possible. So tell me, are you falling in the second part or are you falling in the first part? Guys, you are falling in the first part. If you are falling in the first part, then of course it is very much possible that if you have studied for descriptive part in your examination. Then you move on to the objective part for your examination purposes. You have done studies in descriptive part. We ask you to move on to examination for objective part. Definitely it is possible, because if you are prepared for descriptive, you are automatically prepared for MCQs. So your worry that we are not comfortable with the online pattern in such a short time span, this worry is baseless. This worry is definitely not an actual worry. It is just a change which your mind is taking time to adopt it. That's it. It's not a worry at all, trust me. Next, sir, what do you suggest as a strategy for preparation of examination? What according to you should be our strategy? And yes, I'll be discussing about typing speed also in this strategy, because typing will form a little part, a little portion, not a major portion. I'm not majorly worried about typing skills of yours. We don't want you to be typist, or we don't want you to be clerical staff to be doing typing in any organization. So we want your basic typing skills, which you anyways should have, because in an organization now no work is happening in physical form. You have to type everything. So I'll talk about that also. Guys, I've divided your time till December into two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 will be till November mid. Till November mid your phase 1 will continue, and in this phase you have to study on an as is basis. As is means the subjective preparations which you are doing till date, you have to continue your studies on that subjective mode only. You have to study the complete syllabus, complete all the chapters, and you have to complete all the theoretical and practical portion as if there were a descriptive type examination only happening. So no change in strategy as of now. You have to complete your entire revision, your entire course on the current pattern. You have to complete the entire syllabus on an as is basis till November mid, or maybe November 3rd week. You can continue studying as if your exams pattern have not changed. After November mid, during the fag end of November and beginning of December, then you have to practice MCQs. MCQs you would already be practicing, because anyways 25 marks of MCQs were coming in the examination in earlier pattern also. So apart from that, the bit questions, the MCQ questions which are released by the institute, the MCQs which are given in the study material, MCQs which are given in the RTP, MTP, or whatever source, you have to catch hold of those MCQs and you have to completely do those MCQs. Along with doing those MCQs, guys, typing which is minimal. So first of all, please understand this point. Typing is just 15 to 20 marks in your examination. Even if your typing speed is too slow, say you are writing 2 words per minute. I'm taking an adverse situation. You are writing 2 words per minute. I don't care, guys. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Because for qualifying the examination, you need 50 marks. If you need 50 marks, and out of those 15 or 20 marks, even if you score fairly, 5 or 6 marks, I'm okay with it. No problems at all. But trust me, typing cannot come in your way of attempting the December 2020 exam, and it should not. Why? Because typing skill can be increased or can be enhanced within a span of say 15-20 days. It's just a matter of practice. Guys, dedicate 1 hour daily on typing on laptop or wherever you want to give your examination on. Just spend 1 hour a day only on typing. That ways, I don't guarantee you that your typing speed will increase like anything in that 1 hour, but still you will be able to at least manage those 15-20 marks of your paper. Talking about law where typing percentage will be a little higher, descriptive percentage a little higher. First of all, I'll pin my hope in the pattern change which I am expecting. Maybe that institute will come up with an advisory where law paper might contain lesser amount of typing, because yes, typing is a genuine concern. So it might happen. Even if it doesn't happen, guys, my same philosophy applies over here also. Even if the descriptive type portion is 40 marks or 45 marks, doesn't bother me. 40-45 marks, at least even with your very poor typing skills, you will be able to attain 10 or 20 marks out of 40-45 marks, and I'm okay with it. Attempt it. Go for it. Yes, I know it's a risky proposition. It's a 50-50 kind of proposition, but we don't have an option. Quitting is not an option. I don't want a situation where tomorrow you quit, your friends are giving the examination on a home-based environment, very, very comfortable environment, and they get through and you realize, oh, we took a bad decision on 24th of October, 23rd of October of not filling the examination form. And forget about the result. Guys, if there is a pattern change in the final examination paper, final level examination pattern is not out yet. I don't know how my final students are calling me and telling me that we are quitting the December 2020 attempt. I don't know how. If the pattern changes and if it changes in favor of the students, then the biggest regret in this world will be done not by you but by me. I'll be in remorse. I'll be saddened. Cheh, you didn't even fill the examination form. Why didn't you fill the examination form? Things could have been better. So, simple as that. Yes, I had come up with this video in a very, very short span of time. I just jotted down my thoughts on this whiteboard and I just want to speak to you because time is very less. Tomorrow is the last day to fill up your examination and to email to the institute whatever is needs to be done. Tomorrow is the last date. Guys, in the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. Never ever in history of mankind has anyone regretted failure. Failure is never a point of regression. What is regretted? It's not trying or quitting. And definitely, I don't want you to quit. I want you to at least try. Maybe it's in your favor. Maybe God has a better plan for you than what you have planned for yourself. So guys, at least try. Do not quit December 2020 attempt. On that positive note, all the very best and happy studying.